Hello, welcome to Opie Hour, and today we are continuing on Sylvia Garden and should hopefully make a few real good grounds today, groundbreaking stuff. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So first things we are going to need is we are going to make a coffee maker, and we are going to need to bend this wire here. I don't think I can zoom you in any. Oh, a little closer. All right, so very tiny pieces on this. So first of all, we need to do 2 millimeters at the end here. So as much as I could probably bend this myself, I'm going to use these. So 2 millimeters followed by, it's not very straight, is it? Followed by, let's see, 5 millimeters. So as a rough guess, probably about here, about half a centimetre-ish, right? And then 8 millimeters down, which isn't very big at all, is it? 8 millimeters would be like here. So 8, 10, 15. Okay, that's just very small. Alright, let me get these. Never planned for that. I got a few bits and pieces out, but this wasn't one of them. Oh, didn't break it. There we go. I can go back in the pot ready. Okay, just bear with me. Alright, I'm feeling we're going to need the tweezers. So first things we are going to do is glue on the top of here this tiny piece of wood. So let's use a little bit of this, I think. Be me wood and let's see if I can get it on top. Hello. Wants to join me. They are tiny holes. It was actually really difficult to break out of the template too. So close. Aha! No! Okay, you are in. I think. Who's there? It's meant to have a silver bit going through it, but I'm not. Dang it. I'm not picking that up, as you can see. Right, give me a second. Let me go and battle with this. Right, finally, it wasn't easy. I'm going to pop a bit more glue on the top of it because obviously I used up all the glue just trying to get through there. Right, next, so what I'm actually making, and I forgot to tell you, was a coffee grinder. So next is another one of those little ones, which is, oh, where is it? As I say, these are really small parts. I don't know which one it is. There it is. Either one of these. We only need one more. Let's see if I can get this one first time. Almost, it's such weak metal as well that you don't want to put too much pressure on because it's going to bend the metal out of shape that you just put into shape. Okay, we're getting there. Push that up. Well, it's definitely bent out of shape now. And it's actually taken off the silver. Can you see? It's like gathering it up. a little bit too tight, I have a feeling. Kind of like needs the silver stripped from it to make it viable. And then we're going to put in what? This. So I might just go with it having to be like this, because I don't think I'm going to be able to push that in anymore. Right, so, and then I'm going to have to reshape it. You stinker. That came off. That said, it didn't have any glue, so it's probably loose from that. And reshape this. This is basically the handle of the coffee grinder. I did get a little bit more movement on there, so let's put a little bit of, take the lid off, a little bit on here. And then, dang it, I'll go and find it. Well, that pinged quite far. Okay, but I did find it. So it kind of goes something like so. And I'm going to leave that to dry, but in the meantime we can do, wherever my metal piece has gone that I had. Alright, that's disappeared. Let me go and find that. Alright, that's totally gone missing. I did check all the other pots that I have planned for today. Can't find it. I know I had it. It's not in the original pot. I do happen that I'm fortunate to keep some spares, so I'm going to use this one. It is slightly different to what the other one was. What we are going to do is put a tiny bit of this moss that we've been using in the bottom of it. I'm no idea why. So let me get some scissors and cut a little bit off. I mean, it was such a small part, to be honest with you. It just going, I don't know if it was there at the beginning when I first got all the stuff out or not really. Or it's been just missing from the start. I don't know the answer. So you just put this in here. And then we're going to put that part we just made on top of it. I mean, it looks like it's much further in than what mine will be, because I can't get mine in. So anyway, let's glue that and we'll pop this part on top. And that will be the way it's going to be. Well, maybe, you know, possibly. Like I say, I'm not sure what the purpose of the green moss is really. Oh, it went all the way in. Don't think it was meant to do that, but it has. Okay, well, actually it was meant to. It's just meant to show that little bit, but that's closer to this handle as what I have. Need to straighten this handle. Something like that. So yeah, it turns. Don't know if it's meant to. Right, so that's that. Then we will be getting some wood glue, I believe, for a little bit, like a few seconds. And we will be putting the bottom together, which is just a matter of putting these two. Aye. Alright. Must be the day, is all I'm going with. So, one on top of the other, and then on top of this one. Turn it around. So it's something like so. It's a very warm day. I'm gonna go with that. It's having weird effects on things. Can't believe I lost a part actually. And I did see the pot turned over a little bit ago, so I'm sure that's what happened. And trying to get it square. We can go more to the back really. Hold on. Right, I'm going to give that a few seconds to dry. Then we are going to put a tiny bit of this moss in, put this on top and use this. Nope, I need a piece of the metal back again. Let's get that. I do still have that. Which will go on the front of it. Okay, so this will go on the front and then the piece of metal on that, basically, like so. Nothing like doing very small work. That's what we do. Alright, back in a sec. Alright, I'm going to pop this glue on actually. I didn't leave it long, but it's long enough to pop this on here. Probably up to you which side you want it on. Or is it somewhere in the middle of the two? It looks very shiny in the photo. That's really not how it is. And then that's going to have a tiny bit of that silver wire in the middle of it, which I'll do in a moment. Getting this precise, isn't it? Or as precise as you can. Right, I'm going to put I think I'm going to put this in because this isn't going to interfere really with what I'm doing. And again, no idea why. Maybe it's just a way to use it up or something. Makes me want to get a one of my acrylic marker pens and go around the edge of this because it looks so nice and shiny in the photo. Come on, in you go. Right, let's put a bit of this on. And then all we've got left to do is that little tiny piece of metal. Well, me straightening up that bit I just put on really because I just bumped it. And then the coffee grinder is done. And you just want it pointing out probably to the right or something. Right or left. Doesn't really say. Doesn't particularly go inside, it just sits in a nest. Something like that. Alright, back when it's a bit drier and I'll put that little bit of silver on. Alright, I changed my mind. What I've done is I've taken all that green out because I think that's a daft idea anyway. And I'm going to put a little bit of super glue on the bottom of this and do it that way. As long as I don't stick to it, we're okay. And then that actually looks more like the picture rather than loads of green stuff sticking out of it. This is the beauty, by the way, of keeping any spare parts that you happen to have over. Is you never know when it would be handy for another model. I mean, I wouldn't have thought that particular part would have been needed, but you know, if you lose something and you only have one of them, it can be quite devastating. And it's rather, well, not devastating, that's a bit extreme, isn't it? But it's rather nice to be able to pick up something else and say, actually, I do have another one. This is a part that I could see very much getting missed, so I'm going to pop this inside my next step and hopefully not lose it if we need it again. Alright, so I have not, you saw I literally just did that, so I am going to put a tiny bit of this on the end here, and instead of cutting it off to fit, I'm going to put it on and then cut it and see. I'll just cut it to fit. You just need a tiny bit anyway. It's just going on the end there. Sorry, bumped the camera. Right, you come with me. Not so sure that the tweezers don't already have glue on them. Well, I think it stayed on. That's roughly what you want. Well, it was. If I didn't mess with things sometimes. Like I said, I think I would advise that if you are going to make this model, go over this with like acrylic paint first. I think it'd look a lot better. You probably don't hardly see it, but you know, just in case. This silver definitely comes off this wire, by the way. I should stop playing with it. Alright, so that's what we ended up with, so it's okay. Alright, next we are going to be doing a cake, which is easy compared. You ought to probably find that piece now. We know how this goes. Right, so we need to make a cake stand first. Well, it says to do the other things first, but this is what I'm doing, because it can take a minute to set. Roughly in the middle. Okay, can sit there. Doesn't look in the middle. I think it is close to the middle. Dang it. Why do I mess? I tell myself it all the time. Why not just have left it? It was fine. Right, almost done. Okay. Right, then we are going to take some wood glue and we are going to apply a few stickers. So again, don't need much wood glue for this. We are making a cake. It looks to me like a Black Forest gatto. That's how it looks to me. And I can get the pin back in my glue. There we go. Put these two together. Like so. There it goes. Back, come back. Right, then go around the edge with a sticker. Make sure they're lined up as best you can. You know, at the beginning when we did a slice of cake, this is where it came from. I really want to throw this all over the show, as you can tell. It's a little bit big for it. Only just, but still too big. Right, then we have another one for the inside of the cake, which is why it's given me two. We only do have one cake. It suggests fold it in half roughly to go on the inside of here. Like so. All the way in though. So it will kind of look like that if the sides would stick. And then we have a top of the cake as well. We have, I mean, I was picking for several pieces earlier today, and we have lots of duplicates of lots of things. So come to, unless it suddenly appears, we have a lot of tools which are duplicated. And that's handy for my little box, or if you're making something else where little gardening tools might be helpful. Right, and that is our cake done, which will then just sit in the cake stand, which I will plonk in there. Oh no, I'll tell you what, it's not totally done. We need to put a little bit of decoration on top, like we did originally. It gives you to do white and green. I don't know why it's doing white and green when the cake itself has a white and pink and green, pink and white. Can't get my words. Decoration anyway. So just plonk it on there if it'll come off. Good times. I should just turn it upside down and dunk it in it. It'll be easier. Well, got one anyway. Maybe a little more if I can get a hold of the thing. Slippery little things today. That's so small. Kind of don't want that piece. It's like I'm trying to get this piece over here. I'm trying to get everything but. Can't see to cut it. There we go. This is the bit I want. This one here. And then a little bit of the white, which again probably doesn't overly need. But that clogs that up. You're putting that in like that. I'm just going to use a small sprig, I think, now that I put all that glue on. Something like that. You can decorate it as you like. They do say white and green. And then take your little pot here and bring that down. Okay. So for me to keep this in focus, because I kept doing things off screen so that nobody could see anything, because I'd forget where the line was and when the camera was. My son suggested, which is actually really smart, he suggested that I marked the area somehow. So what I did was I got some masking tape and I marked the area in the hope that it helps with keeping what I'm doing more focused on the on the camera. I'm not 100% sure it's going to work, but you know, it's a really good idea. So I have given it a go. So we will see. Come back. Okay, and that is a little cake. So if you sometimes see like a little cream line, that's what it is. It's my little line to remind me that I'm in the danger zone. Alright, so that's our cake. That can go to the area for drying in a moment. Next we are going to do, let me turn the page here. make the tool shed, and then we will see what time we have. So you'll see what I mean. Look, it's got all these little tiny tools and things like that, which are really kind of cool. But we have duplicates of most of them. I mean, I have 2 of the majority. So let's see what goes where. Right, this goes towards the bottom. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's decorated on both sides. And I guess this might as well have a little bit down here. Tiny, isn't it? It's very cute. Yeah, and I've got a lot of tools over, so unless they come in further along the build, I don't know. I guess this goes like this as well. And lastly, don't know what I'm doing, put the base in, which isn't decorated at all. I almost did it the other way. Dang it. Alright, almost in. Oops, move the camera, sorry. Again. Still not in there. Sometimes these things are just very difficult for me. There we go. Alright. Well, it's very sad when you have to get a little tool to help you with a very small job. Some things are just tighter fitting, that's all we are saying. Just really have a hook at the top. I'll just check myself here. Why would it have it if it doesn't need it? Bear with me. How weird. Well, it obviously does go in here, but it's got like a... Oh, it'll go in the bottom, won't it? In the base. Of course it will. Just remembered. Okay. And then get the excess off, which probably would stain this. Okay, and that's our little tool shed. And then you're not actually fastening any of these in there, you are just putting them in. So then we'll come along and steal them from your garden here. And I think you just place them in. I don't think there's a right way and a wrong way. They have a picture of the hammer on the outside, like so. So I guess we will do that. We'll take these out and get that hammer on, which is a smaller tool. A hammer is, isn't it? And they have it. They actually have it flat on there, which doesn't make much sense. Like that. I guess we could do that. Like. Should have painted the edges of this, huh? Of the tool shed. I never gave it a thought. Okay. And is that it? And this other little one goes along the top, from what I can gather. And then all the rest go inside. It's whether I want to keep hitting that camera. It's whether I want to glue it or not. I want it that way because I think this is actually quite at the front of the model. Shall I glue them in? I don't think it'll matter really. Nah, let's leave it. We have spares, believe it or not. How do I want it going? Fork up like this. Little rake, how cute is that? Cute little rake. And another spade. I don't know whether to glue them or not glue them, to be honest with you. At the moment I haven't, I will see. It doesn't say, it does say to glue them. Well, no, it only says to glue the two that I've glued, so that's all right. Okay, and I think the last thing we will do today is put a window together and a stool, both of which should be quite quick jobs. So the stool I know is very, very straightforward. So it goes in here. And the other leg, make sure that they face the right way. They are longer on one side than the other. Right then, how rude. I knocked it over. Okay, and as I was saying, so this stool has two longer legs, which is obviously going to go into the base, and two shorter ones, so just make sure they're on the same direction. So you can see the two longer ones here have, you can see if I do it that way, just make sure they're on the same side. And then this won't stand up, doesn't stand a chance, it's got very wonky legs. Has a tablecloth on top, so it's a stool, it's not a tablecloth, a stool top. And then we're going to do one other thing, which is a window, and then tomorrow, see, it looks fine, then tomorrow we will be starting the house. How exciting is that? So this is quite thick plastic. It does have covering on both sides, so we need that. Almost done. When I can get it off. Kind of looks like it's see-through in the pattern, but I don't know if it's going to end up that way. I don't know if I can get this off. There it goes. It's just white in colour, I think. Get the other side off, and this is for, I think we do a few of these, but this is the step we're at, and then we start, actually I think we do a little bit towards the house actually. I think this belongs on it, so just make sure there's no excess, line the two up and put the hooks through. So you just want it to literally go through like so. Same with this one. They're white on both sides, so, and just make sure they're both all the way in, which is easier said than done for me, it appears. That was in now. Okay, and then the very last part we are going to do is attach it to a wall so we don't lose it. And we have this piece here, rather delightful little piece, and our first one, and we need this as well. We need this E8, which is going to go on this side. Oh, don't tell me I've put them on the wrong way. No, it's the right way. How weird. I don't know the answer to this. And it goes in the holes up here. I will put that on afterwards. How about that? That's not going to be that easy a fit. try not to break it, we say. Okay, one on, two on. Right, so if this was my house, where would we have it? It goes on this side. So it goes on the outside, I guess so. Alright then, they want to open the window from the outside. That doesn't sound, you know, terrible idea, does it? I guess it lifts up to go out. I love the little detail of this. You've got the little paw prints. That's really cute, isn't it? I mean, how awesome is that? And I'm just going to put some glue on there. And I thought I'd lost that then. Is this even the right piece? She says no. And then put this on. It's kind of damaged both sides. Just down here. And then so this window doesn't stick, because obviously there's glue at the bottom there. I'm just going to prop it like so. So it's not against it, like this, for drying. So I think that's as far as I'm going to go tonight. So the stool was actually the last of it. This was before the stool. And then tomorrow we will be starting on the house itself by doing some stairs, some flooring, putting this little stool in that we just made, plus see how far we get, really. This one's definitely going to be let's see how we do. So I hope you are enjoying the build. I'm enjoying having you along with me. It's been quite entertaining, hasn't it, really, with lost parts and bits going in the wrong place, but that's how you learn, you know. That's the fun of things. So do take care of yourselves. I would think on whether I want to put these tools, glue them down or not, or leave them like that. Like I said, lots of spare parts at the moment of tools, so maybe another project might be it might be good for. Do take care of yourselves, please. Like I say, leave any comments, I will get back to you, or you can email me at opallyhour@outlook.com, and I will get back to you there if you prefer. So please do take care of yourself. Bye bye for now. Bye.